As you know, large language models have taken the world by storm. Today, we are going to discuss on the potential of large language models in healthcare. Natural language processing, from a computational standpoint, falls within the realm of artificial intelligence (AI), where it amalgamates the rule based modeling of human language inherent in computational linguistics with statistical, machine learning, and deep learning models. This convergence of technologies empowers computers to interpret and derive meaning, intent, and sentiment from human language, whether presented in textual or spoken form. Natural language understanding is a critical subfield of AI that focuses on enabling machines to comprehend and interpret human language in a way that is similar to how humans understand it. NLU systems analyze text or speech inputs, breaking them down into various linguistic components like words, sentences, and paragraphs. Through syntactic and semantic analysis, they extract meaning, context, and intent, allowing the system to grasp the nuances, sentiment, and concepts conveyed in the language. NLU is a foundational for applications like chatbots, virtual assistants, analysis, and automated customer support, as it enables computers to not just process text but also respond and interact in a manner that makes sense to humans. An example of NLU is find the diagnosis mentioned by an SCP in a clinical note. Natural language generation or NLG is a complementary side of the coin, focusing on the generation of human like text or speech from structured data or non linguistic inputs. NLG systems use algorithms to convert data into coherent narratives, summaries, or even creative pieces of writing. These systems can be employed in various fields, from automated report generation in business intelligence to personalized content creation in marketing. NLG plays a pivotal role in transforming raw data into human readable and understandable formats, enhancing communication and decision making in many industries. An example of NLG is write the clinical study report given a set of tables, listing, and figures for a clinical trial. In the seminal paper by Vaswani et al., the transformer architecture is introduced, marking a watershed moment in the field of natural language processing and machine learning. The transformer model represents a departure from the conventional recurrent neural network or RNN and leverages a novel attention mechanism that allows the model to weigh the importance of different words in a sentence, capturing long range dependencies more effectively. This architecture has demonstrated unparalleled success in a multitude of natural language understanding tasks, making it the backbone of various state of the art models. The transformer's ability to parallelize computations and its scalability have revolutionized the way we handle sequences, enabling the development of models like BERT, GPT-3, and beyond, with profound implications for machine translation, text generation, and numerous other applications. The transformer architecture comprises two core components: the encoder and the decoder. The encoder is responsible for processing the input sequence, like a sentence in a source language, and extracting valuable information from it. It employs a multi head self attention mechanism to weigh the relationship of each word with each other word in the sequence. Each self attention head learns a different aspect of language. The encoder then feeds this representation into the decoder, The decoder then focuses on generating the output sequence, like the translation into a target language. It also utilizes masked self attention and cross attention. This allows the decoder to attend to relevant parts of the input during the generation process. The transformer's encoder decoder architecture has become a linchpin in a wide range of sequence to sequence tasks, including machine translation, text summarization, and more, owing to the capacity to capture complex dependencies and facilitate both encoding and decoding with parallelism and efficiency. Apart from encoder decoder architecture, the encoder and decoder components can be individually used for multiple tasks. For example, BERT encoder only model can be used for text classification, while GPT decoder only model can be used for text generation. The transformative influence of the transformer architecture has potential to shape the landscape of modern AI across multiple domains. It is already inspiring a multitude of innovative research and applications in many fields. In this video, I would cover the potential use cases in healthcare that can leverage transformer architecture in LLMs. Let me start with the drug discovery use cases. In drug discovery, compound selection is one of the important use cases that has a potential to be handled by LLM. Imagine the challenge of selecting the right compounds for drug development. LLMs can assist in this process by analyzing vast data sets of chemical information and scientific literature. They can recommend potential compounds for a specific target, taking into account safety, efficacy, and chemical properties, ultimately speeding up the early stages of drug discovery. Next, drug repurposing. Now, drug development is a lengthy and expensive process. LLMs have the potential capability to identify existing drugs that could be repurposed for new medical uses. For instance, an LLM can analyze drug databases and scientific literature to discover that a medication originally developed for one condition could be effective in treating a completely different disease, potentially saving years of research and development. Next, image recognition. In the realm of medical imaging, LLMs have potential to revolutionize the analysis of X rays, MRIs, CT scans, and more. They can swiftly and accurately identify anomalies like tumors or fractures in medical images. By automating this process, LLMs can help radiologists and physicians make quicker and more precise diagnoses, ultimately improving patient outcomes. Disease prediction. The ability to predict diseases early can be life saving. LLMs can analyze a patient's medical history, genetic data, and lifestyle factors to assess their risk of developing certain diseases. For example, an LLM can predict the likelihood of heart disease or diabetes in an individual, enabling proactive interventions and personalized preventive care plans. Diagnosis and assessment of therapeutic targets. LLMs play a pivotal role in the diagnosis of various medical conditions. By processing patient data, symptoms, and medical history, they can assist healthcare providers in making accurate and timely diagnoses. Additionally, LLMs can aid in the assessment of therapeutic targets by analyzing genomic data and recommend personalized treatment options for conditions like cancer, ushering in the era of precision medicine. Now let's move on to the development use cases. Clinical trial recruitment. Clinical trials are the lifeblood of medical research, but finding suitable participants can be an arduous task. LLMs can streamline clinical trial recruitment by parsing patient records, analyzing medical history, and matching eligible candidates with specific trial criteria. These models can also personalize outreach efforts, providing potential participants with information tailored to their health needs, ultimately accelerating the recruitment process. Clinical trial matching. Efficiently connecting the patients with relevant clinical trials is paramount. LLMs can analyze patient data, including medical records and genomic information, to identify trials suited to their unique health profiles. By matching patients with the most appropriate trials, we can improve participation rates, advance medical research, and enhance the development of novel treatments. In clinical data management, you would understand that clinical data is a lifeblood of evidence based medicine. LLMs can assist in managing vast datasets by categorizing, indexing, and extracting relevant information from clinical data, making data retrieval, transformation, and analysis more efficient for clinical data managers and medical reviewers. With this capability, LLMs can contribute to efficient management of clinical data from EDC to SDTM to ADAM stages. Last, in synthetic data generation, ensuring data privacy while enabling research is a complex challenge. LLMs can help generate synthetic medical data that retains statistical fidelity to real patient records, but without compromising individuals' privacy. This synthetic data enables researchers to develop and test algorithms, models, and treatments without exposing sensitive patient information, thus striking a critical balance between innovation and privacy protection. Let's move on to the next category, which is content understanding and generation. In the ever expanding sea of medical literature, it is a formidable challenge for healthcare professionals and researchers to stay updated on the latest advancements. LLMs, with their capacity for natural language understanding, can provide a solution. These models can read, analyze, and summarize vast volumes of research papers, clinical studies, and medical journals, distilling complex information into digestible summaries. In this way, LLMs can empower healthcare professionals and researchers to remain current with the latest medical breakthroughs, guiding their decisions and ensuring the delivery of up to date evidence based care. In healthcare, generating comprehensive and accurate reports is not only crucial for patient records but also for research and communication among healthcare providers. LLMs can be trained to generate detailed, coherent medical reports. Therefore, imagine a scenario where a radiologist uses an LLM to interpret complex imaging results. The LLM, by processing the data, not only can generate a precise radiological report but also ensures and standardization and consistency. This automation of report authoring not only can reduce the burden on healthcare professionals but also mitigate the risk of human error, ultimately improving the quality of patient care and medical research. Last, code generation, efficiency, and accuracy are paramount in healthcare, and that extends to the development of healthcare software and applications. LLMs can be employed to streamline the process of code generation for healthcare applications, ranging from electronic health records (EHR) systems to diagnostic tools. Imagine a scenario where a healthcare IT team seeks to develop a new feature for their EHR system. By providing an LLM with a description of the desired feature, the system can generate the underlying code, saving time and ensuring a more error free implementation. This rapid code generation not only accelerates the development process but also enhances the overall functionality and usability of healthcare software. Now let's focus on a few systems. Clinical decision support systems, for example, predictive analytics. In the complex world of healthcare, making informed decisions can be a matter of life and death. LLMs, with a natural language understanding, data processing capabilities, and predictive analytics, have potential to be a great tool for clinical decision support. Imagine a scenario where a physician is presented with a complex case, a patient with multiple chronic conditions. The physician utilizes an LLM powered system that analyzes the patient's medical history, ongoing symptoms, and real time vital signs. The LLM generates predictive analytics, forecasting potential disease progression, and suggesting the most effective treatment strategies. This not only aids the physician in making timely and data driven decisions, but also improves patient outcomes by tailoring treatment plans to individual needs. Next, under data analysis, in the vast ocean of healthcare data, extracting meaningful insights is a formidable task. LLMs can offer a lifeline in this regard. These models can be trained to excel at data analysis, sift through vast datasets of EHR, medical images, and research findings. Consider a scenario where a research team is investigating the efficacy of a new drug. They feed the LLM with data from clinical trials, patient records, and medical literature. The LLM, through its data analysis capabilities, identifies trends, patterns, and potential correlations that might have eluded human analysts. This empowers the research team to make discoveries faster, reduce costs, and ultimately bring novel treatments to market more efficiently. Patient chatbots and virtual assistants. The patient experience in healthcare is undergoing a transformation thanks to the advent of LLMs. Patient chatbots and virtual assistants powered by LLMs have potential to change the way patients interact with the healthcare system. Imagine a scenario where a patient is discharged from the hospital after a surgery. They have questions about post operative care, medication schedules, and potential complications. The patient interacts with a virtual assistant that provides real time responses, offering personalized guidance based on their medical history. The virtual assistant can even schedule follow up appointments and send medication reminders, enhancing patient engagement and ensuring continuity of care. Now let's focus on our last category, which is the data extraction and research. In the note mining scenario, in the vast case sea of patient medical records, the extraction of vital information can be a daunting task. LLMs can offer an elegant solution through their note mining capabilities. Imagine a scenario where a medical researcher needs to analyze thousands of clinical notes to identify patients with rare diseases. An LLM, with its natural language understanding capabilities, can rapidly sift through this data, identifying relevant cases and categorizing them. This saves an incredible amount of time and allows researchers to focus on critical medical findings, ultimately accelerating medical discoveries. Information extraction. Healthcare professionals are constantly inundated with a deluge of information from various sources. LLMs can assist by extracting critical information from medical literature, research articles, and clinical reports. For example, an LLM can be used to analyze research papers on a new treatment for a specific condition, extracting data on its effectiveness, side effects, and patient outcomes. This not only expedites the process of gathering relevant information, but also ensures that healthcare decisions are based on the most up to date evidence. Named entity recognition or NER. Accurate identification of named entities like medical terms, diseases, and medications is vital in healthcare. LLMs can be trained to perform NER. Consider a scenario where an EHR system is processing a physician's clinical notes. An LLM can identify and categorize entities, making it easier to index and search for relevant patient information. This boosts the accuracy of diagnosis, streamlines data management, and contributes to improved patient care. Language translation. Healthcare is a global endeavor, and accurate language translation is critical for both patient care and research collaboration. LLMs with their language translation capabilities have made healthcare more accessible to diverse patient populations. In a real world example, an LLM can translate a medical consultation between a non English speaking patient and a healthcare provider, ensuring clear communication and understanding, leading to more effective care delivery. Epidemiological research. This often involves the analysis of vast amounts of data to identify disease patterns and risk factors. LLMs are invaluable in this context. Imagine a research team studying a disease outbreak. By feeding the LLM with data from patient records, clinical studies, and public health reports, it can help identify potential sources of the outbreak, predict its spread, and provide recommendations for containment. This level of analysis, precision, and speed is a game changer for epidemiologists. Now, let's talk about a few pros and cons of LLMs. As a pro, reduction in manual effort for industry professionals. One of the most significant advantages of LLMs in healthcare is a potential to decrease manual effort for industry professionals. Tasks that were once time consuming and labor intensive, like medical writing, data management, and review of clinical documents, can now be automated with the precision and speed of LLMs. This not only saves valuable time, but also mitigates the risk of human error, allowing industry professionals to focus on a more complex and creative aspects of their work. Better clinical practice for healthcare providers. SCPs stand to benefit significantly from LLMs as they enable a better synthesis of medical literature. LLMs can analyze and summarize vast volumes of research papers, clinical studies, and guidelines, offering SCPs concise and up to date information. This results in a more informed clinical decision, sup- improved patient care, and a higher standard of medical practice. SCPs can spend more time with the patient and less time scouring through literature. Better experience for patients. LLMs not only can transform the healthcare professional's experience but also enhance the experience of patients. By leveraging the power of NLU, LLMs can provide patients with personalized recommendations and information tailored to their health needs. Imagine a scenario where a patient receives personalized health tips, medication reminders, and educational content through a virtual assistant powered by an LLM. This not only empowers patients to take more active role in the healthcare, but also fosters a sense of personalized care, ultimately leading to better health outcomes. Identify patterns and correlations in vast amount of data. In the era of big data and social media, the ability of LLMs to identify patterns and correlations in vast datasets is a game changer. LLMs can analyze EHR, genomics data, research findings, unearthing insights and discoveries that would be highly time consuming or even impossible for humans to discern. This capability has a potential to revolutionize medical research, leading to new treatments, early disease detection, and personalized medicine, ultimately improving patient outcomes and saving lives. On the other hand, there are certain disadvantages too. Ethical concerns. The use of LLMs in healthcare raises significant ethical concerns, one of which is plagiarism. These models have the capability to generate vast amounts of text and can inadvertently produce content that resembles existing medical literature, potentially leading to plagiarism. It's vital to establish clear guidelines and ethical practices to address such issues and ensure the responsible use of LLMs in healthcare. Reliability of results. Another disadvantage is the reliability of results. LLMs, like any other technology, are not infallible. They may generate text that appears coherent but is factually incorrect. This phenomenon, often referred to as hallucination, can lead to misinformation or misunderstandings in healthcare settings. It underscores the importance of human oversight and validation to ensure that LLM generated information is accurate and reliable. There is a risk, too, in healthcare where precision and accuracy are paramount. There is a risk associated with LLMs providing inaccurate or non comprehensive diagnosis. Although these models can analyze patient data, there is a possibility of misinterpretation or missing critical information. Relying solely on LLMs for clinical decision making without thorough human review poses potential risks to patient safety. Therefore, striking a balance between LLM assistance and human expertise is imperative. LLMs may not be capable of independently handling complex clinical work. It's essential to recognize that the current versions of LLMs may not be fully capable of independently handling the complex work of clinical practice. While they can assist in various tasks like data analysis and documentation, they should not replace the judgment and expertise of healthcare professionals. The limited capability of LLMs to understand nuanced patient cases and make critical decisions independently underscores the importance of human involvement in complex clinical work. In the present landscape, there is a presence of both general purpose and biomedical large language models that are applied to medical tasks. GPT, BERT, PALM have been at the forefront of LLM development for medical applications. Several other proprietary and open source LLMs that have also emerged in this domain. What you see here, the sizes of these circles are representing the size of the models and the scale, denoting the number of parameters employed in their development. The LLMs utilized in medical contexts exhibit considerable diversity in terms of their training methods. For example, Biomed LM 2.7b was trained using the extensive corpus of PubMed articles and abstracts, whereas Clinical BERT underwent specialized training on EHR. These disparities in training and development approaches carry significant implications for the performance of LLMs in specific medical scenarios. If you made it to the end of this video, hope you learned through this video, and thank you for listening in.